You start the day well. You've exercised, you've eaten properly, maybe even sat down and got through a bit of work. You write out a to-do list and it actually feels like, all right, today might be a good day. And then somewhere around 3 p.m, you're on your phone, doom scrolling through YouTube. Your energy's depleted, your focus is gone, and there's this thought in the background like, I've kind of messed up now. So the day that started well has very much gone off track. I've had this pattern loads, and for driven people, it's not that motivation is the problem. Far from it. You've got energy and want to do the right things for you. You care about your health, your work, and your direction in life, but you just get pulled off track. A bit of distraction from your phone or laptop turns into 20 minutes, 20 minutes turns into an hour, and an hour turns into, you get the idea. Before you know it, this little bit of distraction has derailed your whole state. You start to feel flat, guilty, frustrated. Then there comes a point where you've gone just far enough off track that your brain goes, well, today's kind of gone anyway. And that's usually the moment people lose the rest of their day. There's this really simple idea that's been genuinely useful for me. I came across it through the Waking Up app, which is a mindfulness app created by Sam Harris. And if you haven't checked it out, I'd highly recommend it as it blends practice, but also includes loads of theory as well. The idea that he talks about is this: start again. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you feel better, now in this moment. Starting again isn't supposed to be this big reset. It's actually super small, and it's split into two parts. The first is awareness, where you wake up to what's happening. You notice what you're doing, what you're thinking, and what state you're in. It's like catching yourself mid-scroll or mid-thought loop and thinking, wait, what am I actually doing? The second is taking action. You consciously decide on purpose that you're starting again. You put the phone down and you return to the task you said you do. You come back to the present moment and to what actually matters to you right now. The reason this is so useful right now is because modern life is basically designed to pull you off track. Your attention is constantly being hijacked, so it's actually not realistic now to expect that you'll just stay focused all day. You're 100% going to drift. That was really important for me to realise, as it took some of the self-blame and negativity away. So the skill isn't never drifting, it's actually how quickly you can notice you're drifting and how fast you can come back. That's it. Where people get stuck with this is in resistance. They realise they've gone off track and then they get stuck thinking about it. Why do I always do this? What's wrong with me? I've wasted so much time. But you're thinking from inside the exact state that got you off track in the first place. So you just dig the hole even deeper. Starting again cuts through all of that. There's no analysis, there's no self-judgment, there's just one easy decision to be made. So how does this actually look in real life? Well, it can be really something quite small. You're supposed to clean the kitchen and put the wash on, but you get a notification on your phone and then you're 10 minutes deep into an Instagram hole. You notice it, you put your phone down, and you start again. You're lying in bed at night and your mind is running, overthinking everything. You notice it, you come back to your breath, you start again. Simple, right? But remember, awareness gives you agency in your life. But just like your muscles, you have to exercise it or else it will atrophy and be at the mercy of everything other than you. I like to think of this concept as like a plane that gets slightly diverted off course. That's normal, it happens constantly. And remember, the goal isn't to never drift, it's to correct the course as soon as you notice. So if a plane waited until the end of the journey to adjust, it would be way off and the pilots would probably be fired. But small, consistent corrections keep it heading in the right direction. And that's very much the same as day-to-day life. You might have 10 or 20 small start again moments in a single day. And that's actually what keeps you aligned and moving forward. That's way easier than getting to the end of the day, feeling like you've wasted it and convincing yourself that there's no point of continuing on and to just call it a day, because we've all had that. What changes when you start doing this is actually really cool. You don't tend to spiral as much, you don't lose entire afternoons or days to distraction or screens or Netflix or holes. There's less guilt, less overthinking, and a fair bit more consistency in your days. All of this coming from one small decision to start again. What I've really realized is that distraction from what's important to you is super normal, and it's not something you should beat yourself up over. But small tools like this, practice over time, can make a huge difference and put you back in the driver's seat of your life. So give it a try. The next time you notice yourself going off track, just simply start again. If you're new here and you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe. And if you feel stuck right now and you resonate with what I talk about, then click the link down below to see if working with me would be a good fit for you.